Hare Krishna. Welcome to my Radha Madhav channel. This is Sindhu here. I'm very excited and I'm happy to catch you all with a beautiful Krishna Katha. Hope you enjoyed my previous videos about, Krishna and Arjuna. How Arjuna gained the control of mind with the help of Krishna, right? Hope you enjoy. Okay, now let's see today's Krishna Katha. The topic of the story is how bamboo, that stick is there, it became Krishna's flute, right? Let's see. Let's start with a small prayer. Nama Om Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravan Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatharini. Hare Krishna. See how beautiful in the image you can see Krishna holding the flute, right? So often he is described as Murali Dhara, right? Murali means flute and Dhara means hold. So Krishna is always holding the flute, right? Wherever he goes. So that's the significance of his name. Okay, let's start. See, what is the name of the flute? Let's first understand few points on the flute, right? Bansuri is the name of Krishna's flute. It was considered as the oldest musical instrument of India. It is used to the Shringar of Lord Gopalji, right, on special occasions and Janmashtami festivals and all that, right? It's a side-blown flute made of natural bamboos with 6 or 7 holes in it, right? So once it is said that Sri Krishna was sitting on the banks of the river Yamuna and he was playing the flute. Hearing the melodious music of the flute, all the gopis came closer running to Krishna and sat down. Right? The gopis asked and said, what did you do with the previous bird that you keep touching their lotus lips like the rose petal of the Keshav? Right? So the flute started smiling and said, I have waited for many, many birds to come close to Sri Krishna. Right? So let's see the story how bamboo became Krishna's flute. One day, Lord Sri Krishna saw one of his companions playing the flute. Right? And thus he also desired to have a flute. Krishna's flute, of course, has a special life story. The flute, how they grow with all other bamboo sticks on the bank of Yamuna. As they grow, all the bamboo sticks were very proud, that they are growing very, very high in the sky. But that one bamboo stick was very humble and he was not at all going up and always bending down. He was very humble and bent. He was performing great austerity, standing on one leg in water of Yamuna for a long time. Villagers are often coming back on the bank of Yamuna and they would cut all these high growing bamboo sticks, right? Only one bamboo stick which was bent down, like nobody used to touch them, right? Because it was not useful to them. So they used to just take what are the height sticks they used to cut that and they used to go. But the humble bamboo stick was very patient. He was thinking, like he was waiting for his day also of perfection. One day Lord Sri Krishna himself came on the bank of Yamuna. Okay, so he was looking for proper bamboo stick to make his own flute. Then from all the bamboos there, he chose that bamboo stick which was humbly bent down, right? From that bamboo on the bank of Yamuna river, he constructed his divine flute. Right? Krishna's belongings are not ordinary, like hence his flute is also considered to be very, very supernatural. Right? After these impersonalists, right, and impersonalists and Moodas, they say the aesthetics, they perform great austerities for many, many birds, right? They may become a stick or they may become an ankle bell or a dress of Lord Krishna, according to the Krishna's will at the time of death, right? So similarly, the bamboo stick used to make Lord's flute must also have definitely performed great austerity, right? So when Krishna played his flute, the sound mesmerized Lord Brahmaji, Shivji and all the movable and immovable entities in the 3 worlds. Right? The scriptures also state that Krishna's flute is his main weapon. By this weapon he conquers the devotees' hearth. It considers devotees' dwelling place, home. Right? So my dear friends and devotees, what we can understand from this beautiful story, how important humility and patience is, right? If we have them, finally we will be used by Krishna's hands at how that bamboo was, right? This humility should be an important part of our life, right? As Lord Chaitanya has, the famous verse he has said, Trinad api suni chena, taror api sahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtanyah sadaharihi. Right? I repeat, Trinad api suni chena, taror api sahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtanah sadaharihi. Right? So what is the meaning of this verse? One should always chant the holy name of a Lord in a humble state of mind, right? Thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree. One should be devoid of all the sense of false ego, false prestige, and one should be ready to offer all respects to all others, right? In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly, right? Forever, right? So I would like to conclude today's story with a small few lines. Krishna's life on this earth was so many obstacles. We all know that, right? We have seen his childhood, youth, everything, right? From the birth to death we have seen, but he has never complained, nor he has ever felt discouraged in his life, ever. Instead, he was always joyful. Joyously he used to perform all his duties. Even though he lived in the midst of miseries, he rose above the joys and sorrows of life. Lord Krishna's life sets an example for us, right, to all of us, to change our attitude towards life. And if we keep our faith intact and uninterrupted, he shall ever keep us in his hands, never leave us, and keep us always happy and content, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. With this, I would like to take leave for today. Catch you all with another beautiful motivational video. Until then, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.